Welcome back. Western Cape Judge President John Hlophe and his deputy Patricia Goliath are in hot water again. The Judicial Conduct Appeals Committee is recommending a tribunal to investigate them. Just to remind you, the two are accusing each other of misconduct, including racism, assault and abuse of power. So what does this all look like? Let's talk about the optics of this. I'm joined by Judges Matter Campaign Coordinator Alison Tilley, who's been with us just a short while ago. Back with us. Alison, good morning to you. And it doesn't look good when we have two judges flinging these kind of accusations at each other. What do you make of all this? Good morning.
Morning. Look, it's bad for the judiciary, and it's bad for those of us who care about the judiciary. Certainly, what appears to have happened now is that because of the appeal that was lodged by Judge President Hlophe, the Conduct Committee had to think about it again, and now they've handed down this decision. We're going into the third year of this complaint. And of course, in relation to the other complaint against Judge President Hlophe, there is currently the question, I think, on everybody's mind as to when the president will make a decision on his suspension. So it's not just this complaint, it's the other complaint. Between the two, it puts the Western Cape court in a very difficult position where its leadership is really under a cloud.
And that's what I was wondering about, the optics of all of this as well. It needs to be handled with extreme delicacy as well, doesn't it? Because you are now dealing with two judges as well. The magnifying glass is going to be firmly on how the courts handle each of these applicants as well, because it is quite an unusual situation that the courts now have to deal with what some could argue is their boss.
Well, I think that's one of the questions that comes up in this complaint, is that both Judge President Hlophe and Deputy Judge President Goliath are in a position where they are having to do things like allocate cases, and where there are these kinds of allegations hanging over them. I think what we hear is happening is that people are questioning, why was this judge allocated? This question of an abuse of power is one that is being discussed, and I think that really goes to the heart of an independent judiciary, where you are confident that no matter who is appointed to your case, that you will be dealt with fairly and with no bias at all. And that's something that I think litigants are thinking about and talking about. It doesn't do the court any good, and it doesn't do the judiciary any good.
No, it certainly doesn't. And as we talk about this transparency and fairness and neutrality as well, we have to ask the question about the makeup of this tribunal as well. Who is going to be part of this tribunal? Who's going to lead this tribunal? Any appeals the tribunal might have? I mean, as we kick this tin further down the road, Alice, this can get very messy quickly. Let's talk about that tribunal. What are you hoping and expecting from this?
Well, what I hope and expect are maybe two different things. I really hope that the tribunal is constituted quickly and moves quickly to make a decision. I think what we have seen, and it's a part of the way this judicial conduct process seems to work, is that there are quite long delays between, for example, deciding you need a tribunal and then actually establishing a tribunal, let alone the tribunal actually sitting and dealing with the matter. And I think that that's one of the problems, and it's probably inherent in the structure of this conduct process, that there are really too many opportunities to move to and fro between, recommending here and then moving there, and then, no, wait, we've got to go backwards. And, what we're seeing is just these long delays in these things being dealt with. Obviously we have a relatively new Chief Justice, and he may take a different view on how quickly these things should be dealt with. But certainly over the last several years, these things drag out.
They certainly do as well. Alison, I'm going to say thank you very much indeed. Talking about the optics of all of this and tribunals now coming in as well. We're going to keep a very close eye when we have judges making these accusations, tribunals now getting involved. And as Alison Tilley quite rightly says, there is a new Chief Justice in charge as well. How is he going to handle all of this? Alison Tilley from Judges Matter. She is a campaign coordinator.